how's it feel to when you're back here with the super speedway win in your back pocket at least?
Yeah, definitely. Better than not, I guess. So just come out here and try to do it again. Guys at RCR and ECR have done a great job. We build really good super speedway cars, and it's fun when you get to come out to Daytona, Talladega, and Atlanta and know that you've got a shot to win.
Is this an opportunity race for this team in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, it is for everybody, right? But I think it is for us as well, too. Just having good stuff at these places. It seems the cars have an easier time or a better opportunity of making something on their own than where I previously was.
We saw in the Daytona 500, Kyle, the pace slowed way down with how aggressive fuel saving was. Excuse me. Will we see something to that extent tomorrow, or there's going to be fuel saving, but will it be that aggressive?
I don't know. Great question. I think we'll have to all wait and see and find out. But I would presume that it's going to look similar to that. How people or what they do in that situation and what arises, I think, is going to be something new than what we saw in Daytona, and see if I'm right.
Do you have to race for stage points? Considering where you're at in points, and does that change maybe how you would race this race?
Yeah, I mean, I think with speedway racing and saving fuel, trying to shorten your pit stop, you're always racing for stage points anyway. Like everybody is. They're all trying to spend the least amount of time on pit road for the second half of the runs in order to get a better finishing position, whether it's stages or end of race. So we'll be doing all the same stuff, I'm sure, everybody else.
How closely are you looking at the points, Kyle, in that regard, being where you are in terms of the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, points will take care of themselves. If you run better and run well and can get stage points and get good finishes, then they'll take care of themselves. So we obviously haven't been doing that lately, and I presume we're lower than we want to be, but that's just the nature of what we got right now.
This is the second weekend in a row where we've seen a track be absent of the scoring pylon. Has that caught you a bit off guard with Texas in here not having scoring pylons now?
Yeah, a little bit. You guys also miss Bristol. Bristol used to have it up on the suites in turn 3, so I miss it because under cautions you get an opportunity to kind of look at where you're at. And instead now I'm actually having to count cars in order to figure out where I'm at so I can figure out what I want to do on my choose, So having a scoring pylon definitely helps us, being the drivers, have an opportunity where we can't see video boards.
So that helps you with your choose lane of knowing driving partners.
Yeah, I mean, my spotter tells me, but I kind of, when I'm rolling around there under yellow, he tells me coming to it where I'm at. So I actually like to look a lap or two ahead of time in order to kind of see where I'm at in order to get a better basis or an idea to think. Give me more time.
And what about under green? I don't know if you can see it or if you're paying attention too much under green, but
with the old cars, you could see a little bit more with the, being more open than this car. This car's really closed off inside. You can't see.
You employed Rudy Fugal at Kyle Busch Motorsports, and you worked with him as a crew chief and won races with him. What was it like? What's his personality? What's his leadership as a crew chief?
I mean, he's really good. He's overall all-rounded. He's just, a really good crew chief leader, person, has that mindset to get everybody to kind of rally around his way of doing things, which is really good. And it's easy to do, too, when you have the way you want to do things be successful. Right. I mean, he has fast cars. He knows how to build fast cars, fast trucks. And, that was one of the things that we fought at KBM when he was there was, a couple times when I was racing against him, his trucks were naturally just faster at the racetrack than mine were. And we're coming out of the same shop, just different crew chiefs. So he obviously really knows how to build fast stuff. And what he does with the little, trinket items that we have to our disposal, he's very good with.
He's obviously a family guy, and he's talked about how maybe going to Cup wasn't something he wasn't.
That's why I got to keep him for so long.
Yeah, well, did you guys have that conversation ever?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. Actually, Hendrick tried to steal him a year ahead of time than when they actually got him. So I got one more year out of him extra, I guess. But overall, just he's deserving of it. I mean, he's a really good leader. He's a great crew chief. We brought him on kind of being a unknown guy. I think he was working at Germain at the time and working with I don't remember who it was right now, but we brought him on, and he was my crew chief for my few races that I got on a part-time schedule, and he did a really good job, but he just got better over time.
With RCR getting top 10s last week at Texas, does that kind of give you optimism going into Kansas?
Yes and no. I think last year at Kansas we were good. Anyways, we had really good speed. Texas last year we had really good speed. We did not have it this time, but the car was just really out of the racetrack and tough to drive. Last weekend, I crashed last year. I think last week was the first time I finished with a new next-gen car at Texas. So, but Kansas, I'm optimistic for. would love to think that we can go there and run as good as we have last year.
Denny said he was grateful to have you as a teammate at JGR because you made him better on intermediate tracks. Is there something that, you know, you kind of instilled in him that, you know, you might have been missing?
You adapt, right? And I feel like I adapted my driving style a little bit towards his for the short track stuff and became better, especially at a place like Martinsville and Loudon. And I was able to get results from those places where he kind of adapted his driving style at the 1.5 miles to the things that I would do and what I would look for and how I would describe and talk about my car. And so we helped each other. I think that just shows the strength and how good he is, how good I am, that we can do that with one another at particular places. I never was able to figure out the way he can speedway race though, so he still has that.
Some people have talked about Rudy's kind of sense of humor. Is that something you've witnessed or seen?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit when we have more chill days at the shop, when we have, like, you know, he would grill out, him or the truck driver would grill out for the team, and we'd have kind of a lunch at the shop, or even on an off Saturday, the guys would just be hanging out, you know, so I got a chance to see that a couple times. But every other thing I've had with him was always, you know, to the point.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
This is Harrison Burton, driver the number 21. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check out one of these two videos beside me. Visit frontstretch.com for more racing content.